Hey, what's going on everyone? Sam Clymer here with Like Pro Tackle. Guys, today's video is going to be covering the best line you should use for leader on your Carolina rigs. Now there's an age-old debate whether to use monofilament or fluorocarbon on your Carolina rigs. I'm going to show you why using mono is not the way to go. Get with the times and use some fluorocarbon. All right, y'all. So I throw a Carolina rig all times of the year. I mean, it is always on the deck of my boat. I can catch fish on it all year round, and I absolutely love throwing Carolina rigs. Now, I have a lot of my buddies tell me that they use monofilament leaders. I'm here to show you that monofilament leaders do not do anything for you. It does not help at all, and here's the test. I've got some 15-pound fluorocarbon here. This is Seaguar Red Label. It's just what we had laying around, and this right here is Berkeley monofilament in 14 pounds. So it's about the same line diameter. The monofilament, as you probably know, it's a little stretchy. It has a lot more give in it, and supposedly it floats. Now, I don't know where people keep getting this myth. You know, it might have a little more buoyancy than fluorocarbon just because it's not as dense. All right, guys, so the test is gonna be 14-pound monofilament versus 15-pound fluorocarbon. I've got a 2-aught hook right beside me here, and the bait testing tank is ready to go. So we're gonna go ahead and tie these on and observe what happens with monofilament and fluorocarbon on a Carolina rig. All right, everyone, so first step is gonna be the fluorocarbon. So this is, like I said, 15-pound Seaguar Red Label fluorocarbon. And I've got a 2-aught hook here, and in terms of keeping everything the same, I'm gonna be tying a Palomar knot. This is generally not what I tie on my own Carolina rigs, but this is what I'm going to tie for the sake of this video here. Because most people do tie Palomar knots on their stuff. I tie a clinch knot. I forget what it's called exactly, but this right here is going to be the hook of choice, and we're going to be throwing a Zoom shaky head on here. So this is just going to be a Zoom mag shaky head worm. So it's not a super heavy worm. Rig it exactly like I would, have a little text pose in there, and we're gonna let it just go down. As you can see, the bait here is on the bottom. It's not doing anything. It is literally just sitting on the bottom. Now, when I pull my line up, you know, it's got a slight wiggle. It's trying to shimmy down, basically kind of like a Senko does, but when I'm pulling it, I mean, that line is not going anywhere. It has no, it basically imparts no action on this bait here. So we're gonna go ahead and bring this out and then retie this with the monofilament. And again, this is Berkeley monofilament here. And also the amount of line that you have when you're tying these in your knot might affect it. There's a lot of different things that might affect these results, but I'm trying to keep it as non-biased as possible here, just because, well, I already know the results. I just want to show y'all that throwing monofilament versus fluorocarbon has no big difference, and monofilament does not have almost any benefits. So we're gonna go ahead and drop this down in here. So as you can see here, the worm is doing the exact same thing. It's sitting on the bottom. It's doing that same shimmy downwards. It might be just a hair slower, and that's because the line diameter is a lot thicker. It's got more drag in the water. Now, drop the line. Oh no, dang it. And look, I let the line go, and this line is still going down. Now, let me go ahead and drop this fluorocarbon in the water here. Get it submerged. There we go. And look, the fluorocarbon is still floating down at almost the exact same rate. Let me zoom in here, get the camera right up close. All right, here's the two baits here. So here is the monofilament on the worm, and there we go. It was actually really hard to find the fluorocarbon there. So we're gonna go ahead and drop the monofilament down. It's going down, you know, just fine. It actually sank all the way. And there goes the fluorocarbon. You can see the knot barely fallen. It's really, really invisible. So one big benefit, again, why I fish fluorocarbon over monofilament is because I cannot see that fluorocarbon in the water. Now I can see the monofilament just fine. So there's the monofilament right here on this rock. You can see it real well against that dark background. Now when you go over here to the fluorocarbon, I mean, it almost disappears. And this is going to be a thicker pound test fluorocarbon than the monofilament. Now granted, it's not that much, but again, you can barely see this fluorocarbon against that background. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. You know, monofilament is a thing of the past. It has almost no benefits if you're bass fishing. You know, I can understand if you're cranking, you want a little bit of give, but you've got to match your rod and reel accordingly to get the best results out of that monofilament. Now, fluorocarbon, much more abrasion resistant. It's going to be a direct connection from your bait to your reel, so you're not going to be pulling a lot of line out. Now, fluorocarbon does stretch a little bit, not as much as monofilament. So if you want to find out more information and you want me to do some videos on some stuff, or you want Tim to do some videos on stuff, you know, he did an amazing video on the Shimano World Minnow with that flash boost technology. If you want any more information, shoot us a DM on Instagram, Facebook, or here on YouTube, and you know, we'll definitely try to pump some videos out. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to today's video. You know, it was a blast making it, getting to use the bait tank for the first time in a video. And again, we do have a brand new backdrop here, so it's gonna be looking a whole lot more official. And you know, if you want any more information about Lake Pro and the tackle we offer, head over to lakeprotackle.com, and we'll see you next time, guys.